Is that a very different kind of translation than, say, when you were translating books of the Bible?
Of course, books of the Bible I translate with the most strictly fidelity. Also in the place of the words. When you say, and God said, in Enciclo is always and say God. And this is important. And for the book and for the text, because the revelation of the divinity is through his words. That's his most important manifestation. So the fact that is in the top of the tense is important. Before it is manifestation, then before the prophets hear the voices, and then they understand the owner of the voice. And so in the Bible, in the translation, I am very strict on the matter. From the Yiddish, it depends on the authors. And on the authors on the rhythm, and with a kind of familiarity that I feel between the Yiddish and Napoleon.
Now, why do you feel that they're similar? I mean, I've got to say, I eat much better in Naples than I ate at my grandparents'. What's the similarity between Yiddish and Neapolitan?
Both are languages that will come from a very overcrowded place. And so when you are within a kind of perpetual market, you have to talk in language short, modulation, and with the gestures that push your words towards the people. And so you can follow 10 conversations at the same moment. And so this is, this overcrowded situation makes the same effects. They are both very superstitious. And maybe Yiddish more superstitious than Napoleon. They love theater because the life, when it's so crowded, is theater. You have to have a role, a character that nobody can confound anymore.
But they're both, in a way, dying languages. They're both dying languages.
No, the Yiddish has been a killing language. The Neapolitan is a dying slowly. And it is still speaking in old fashion among the immigrants all around the world. Now, Yiddish has been a killed language, so that's why I learned it. Yeah. Because the only one thing that can make someone who came after this destruction has to learn this language, move again the lips of this language, sing again in Yiddish.
I mean, do you feel, in a way, both of you, that translators are like firemen who are rescuing books from burning houses? That you have a mission to rescue these dying books. You mentioned one book by, I think, the Chef Singer that had a final chapter that had never been translated, right?
Yeah, but I feel someone that is like a Yiddish will say packetrekker. It's a
porter.
So I take on me, on my shoulders, the pack
responsibility.
And I move it.
And for you, Philip, I mean, your decision to learn German and Polish when you were young, was that with some kind of sense of mission?
Well, I don't know if I had a sense of mission. I fell into translation somewhat by chance, but certain books are with a definite sense of mission. Sometimes the publishers come to me with requests, and sometimes I go to them. So there are certain books that definitely become a mission.
I mean, it's a very difficult mission in the United States. I think the numbers are something like 2% of the books in the United States are translated from a foreign language. I think in Italy the number is much higher than that.
That's why we are the good translators. We have a lot to import from other literatures.
Yeah.
We have a small language, and so if we want to know other stories, other literatures, we have to translate them.
In a country, Hungary, for instance, there's so many things being translated. But in English, it's ironic that we don't have that we have so few titles.
Yeah, I mean, what do you ever speak to your publishers and say?
Oh, it's often the publishers. Certain publishers want very much to bring these books out, but they're beholden because of the acquisition, the way the publishing industry has changed in the last couple of decades, with little companies being acquired by larger concerns. So that what used to function as a business subsidy, where certain best-selling books would allow the publisher to publish books that would not otherwise be published. Some of the once these companies were acquired, the powers that you look at the bottom line and they say, well, let's make all books best-selling books, and so then the cutoff is different.